I'm Hassan. I'm an American chauffeur, and we're about to go into the new year. And I didn't want to really bring the new year in, you know, not being straight with myself, because that's what the whole rideshare thing has been for me getting straight with myself, and things changed. I started doing, I did very well doing this. I'm funny about using dollar signs. I am. I don't like using dollar signs. That's a trap, man. You want to be careful. We just want to be careful. And what happens is I hear the complaints. I'm like, well, every time they cut the rates, my money went up. And I have to look at it and say, well, why would that happen? Everybody complain. You ain't complaining. I ain't. There's some complaints I got about safety. But you've heard me say it a lot, and I'm going to mention it again. Too many of us is getting killed. Getting murdered, carjacked, getting hurt over something as beautiful as this. And when you begin to think to yourself about it, because this thing has meant something for you in your life, not only has it put food in your mouth, but it kept food coming in your mouth, and on the low end, it keeps you with nice cars. I have a limousine company now, so it is what it is. And I only do ride share. It only amounts to maybe 10% of my income. At this point, and I'm moving to try to get more clients, get more chauffeurs and stuff like that. But I still do the black levels. So you see, it's been a good thing to you, and it's helped you to practice things that you know is real. And I'm telling you, time is changing, man. It might be your time right now, because you don't like Uber and Lyft treating you the way they treat you. You develop a company then that's going to treat you right. You don't like being that you got to drive all them hours for that, then you develop a company where you can practice good health practices. You don't like the kind of service that, passengers could be mistreating you. You could be mistreating passengers. You just ain't going to admit to it. But you want a business where you want to give good service, then you can practice that somewhere in the gig economy. You can do what I did in rideshare, and they ain't doing nothing but keep expanding. These are the things I practice. I had to practice safety. I had to practice health. I practice service. I practice education. I practice experimentation. Okay, these things is what's keeping everything going. But me practicing because I care. Okay, so that's what I like about the gig economy. I'm not going to say Uber and Lyft. There's a lot of complaints about Uber and Lyft. I think one of the last videos I made, I mentioned some very, very interesting and wonderful things about the rideshare community and how I developed through it, and how I was really looking at videos, watching, listening to what was being said, got into the meat of it, got into the depth of it, and it paid off. Have I done crazy things with, okay, well, I ain't gonna even mention that. I'm gonna put it like this. I, for all practical purposes, lost everything I cared about. Okay? And then I started doing this thing called rideshare. Now I'm having to decide what to let back into my life or not, because some of it just comes because of money. And I talked to you about them gaslighters before. Was it me not being willing to let go of the past? See, some of these things I learned, because you got to be straight with yourself. I had to be straight with me. There I get making that mistake again. I'm sorry. I told you I wasn't going to do that like that. I've got to be careful. I had to practice the safety. I got enough people getting shot and getting in the car. I got enough of that. I got enough being hit in the back of the head and robbed. I got enough of that crap. And then I couldn't say anything to anybody about it. Damn it. Okay, Uber abuse you, Lyft abuse you. Somebody tear your car, but that happened. Took them 2 days for them people to call to see if my car was shot, to see if I was shot. Well, I guess all they had to do was look at, oh no, he's still alive. So he's still alive. You're out there picking up rides. Okay, so I had to practice a good health. I had to become concerned about my health. Okay, I knew that if I give good service, then of course my tips go up. Right now, the question came up about what percentage of people tip you. Man, I'm rolling about 98%. Okay. I learned to be okay with the rewards of good service when I was doing Uber and Lyft. Now I've got limousine service. There ain't no surprise when you get tipped. You know, I mean, just you're making good money anyway. Then they tip you too. Okay. Education and experimentation. Remember, you were dead. Now you want to know something that works instead of just people telling you, well, you should believe this, you should believe that. You should think this, you should think that. You should do it like this, you should do it like that. And everybody running around here selfish. I still feel foolish. I'm just giving, just giving information to folks without charging them. Man, please, I've been to some of my colleagues and say, hey man, damn, what you doing, man? You're giving people information, they ain't charging for it. Anyway. So much for that. What I want, the main and most important thing is that when I begin to practice these things, my eyes begin to come open. And one thing I was looking at me. See, because I allowed people to drag me through the mud because they put it in my head, this is what you're supposed to think, this is what you're supposed to do. See, a lot of that crap I allowed. And see, now, because I don't give a damn what you say. You see what kind of money, you like money, that's all you want, money. Huh? You see what kind of money I was making, I was just driving Uber X. Don't you know by over here, in 2017, I was sitting on $15,000 in the bank, baby. And all that stock and everything I done built up, doing ride share. Yeah, I got stock in Uber and Lyft and Gaslight the way you want to. I don't give a damn about that. I made some good money with them other stocks that I done had. Damn sure have. I had to let these people go, man. They was not my friend. And I thought they was. But what kind of friend was I either? Hell, I'm willing to say that too. You quit playing. Ain't nobody playing. Hell, this world done changed. We done had some of the greatest things to manifest themselves so that the serious people could come forward. When we start doing the things the way we know to do them, later for that, let that, man, I had to let that mess go, man. I had to let it go, and I had to learn how to let it go with the proper essence. I had to learn how to let it go with the proper, energy. I'll put it that way. I think that's the best way for me to say it without using other words. I had to learn how to let that stuff go with the proper energy. And the gig economy, because there wasn't nobody to bother me, I could practice. I could practice the good stuff. Okay, I could practice the good stuff that I knew was going to work, and if it didn't work, just go back being homeless? One thing I didn't want to do is go back to being stupid. Damn sure didn't want to go back to that. So anyway. Until the next video, drive safe and drive with confidence.